All right. Another Josh cast. This is tricky. I didn't get a lot, if any, sleep last night. I've been... I was excited because I had an idea for a project that I worked on all night. And then I looked at it again this morning and hated it. And that's my typical MO. So I don't know what the reality of it is. And yes, that's what we're dealing with at this point in time. Teslas are popular. I'm seeing them all over the place. I think they're 100% electric, right? I think that's the game with this. Yeah, they're just every time they drive by, I feel like every time a Tesla drives by, it's judging me. It's just kind of saying with its aura, yeah, you're not helping, you're part of the problem. That should be their slogan, Tesla. If you don't drive me, you're part of the problem. Oh man, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get through today? I don't know, because I am exhausted. And it's not even the day yet. But I couldn't fall asleep. I had too much caffeine yesterday, that's what happened. And while I was on the caffeine, I was, incredibly neurotic, but also I felt better than I did in days because I had energy, and now I don't have energy. So do I have more caffeine today and just continue until I drop dead at 50? Yes, I do. All right, good. Glad I have a plan. I noticed that the police cars have written on them respect, integrity, excellence, specifically in Burbank. They have respect, integrity, excellence written on the car. And I think this is an unnecessary expense, because I'm imagining that we're paying for these we're paying for these words with our tax dollars. You're public service. You don't need a slogan. We know. Yes, we're aware. Yes, you should have respect, excellence, and integrity. What are you selling? Like, if we had to pay to use you as opposed to another private service, I could understand the slogan. But you're not selling anything. We're already paying you. We're already paying you. You got the job already. You're already there. It'd be like SEAL Team 6 has a uniform, and on the uniform it's written stealth. Yeah, we know. We're aware of that. Thank you. Stealth, accuracy, precision. Written on the uniform. No, we know that. You know that you're not. That's fine. We got it. Thank you. Why are those words written on that car? Well, in all likelihood, it's probably... The goal is, I would imagine, that there is a mistrust of the police that has built up due to various historical events. And by various, I mean, unfortunately, a lot. So, in an effort to bridge the gap between the police and the community, and to foster a better relationship, they write these letters on the car. They write these words on the car. And then we go, all right, good, that fixes everything. Good to know. Good to know that we never have to worry about police brutality again, because they have words on the car that don't mean that mean the opposite. Perfect. I'm sorry, who's paying for that? Well, we paid for it. Okay. Well, that makes sense. We're paying to be we're reassuring ourselves. We're paying money to reassure ourselves. That's what's going on with this. But everything goes back to money. It's all related to money. Cars, different models. Within the models, there are sub-models. The Honda Civic, the LX, the EX. The EX it has a moonroof. It has more frills that the LX doesn't have. The base model. And if you spend a little bit more, you get these nice things. Our entire society is based on this concept. Make as much money as possible. If money wasn't, let's say we lived in a society where money wasn't an object. Let's say it wasn't capitalism, it was something else. Like it's a utopian society. Would there still be different models of cars, or would it just be one good model? Or would it be customizable to your desires? Instead of, well, if you want to save money, you'll get the base model. When in reality, they all probably cost the same to make. That could very well be. They probably do. Well, if you spend extra, you get this moonroof. If I spend extra, I'm getting less car because there's a hole there now. What? Doesn't make sense. Oh, but I'm not feeling good. I am not feeling good. Now, maybe I can just take it easy today, but there's just too much to do and not enough time to do it in. Seeing people driving those motorized scooters around. And I don't drive them much, if ever, because I think it's because I'm agnostic. I think that's why I don't. It's against my religious beliefs to drive one of those scooters, because I feel like somebody who drives one of those scooters must assume that God is watching over them in Los Angeles and the busy city streets, with people driving around who are barely conscious or texting or whatever. Oh yeah, God will handle it. Sure. And they're very trusting, people who ride these scooters. They're trusting that all the other cars are going to be taking care of them. Because it takes a village not to run over a guy on a scooter. That was a great book by Hillary Clinton. It takes a village not to run over a guy on a scooter. And the entire village has to agree, we're not going to run this guy over or fall asleep at the wheel. I've seen the village that I'm living in. I've met many of the people in this village, and I am not on board. I do not think the entire village has signed off on this. So I have concerns. What else is happening? What else is happening? Driving by a lot of car washes. I need to get my car washed. Do I? Or is it the same thing as lawns? Oh, lawns part 3. I had some more thoughts about lawns. Here's my thought about lawns. I think it wastes water, and we don't need them. And then I think that one of the reasons why we have them is that it's a status thing. It makes us look like we're successful. And I disagree with that. I want to be the guy with an overgrown lawn. And if anyone asks, I'll be like, I'm just having so much sex right now. I don't have time to do it. I'm just having so much sex and so much success. In between the sex I'm having and the massive amounts of creative things I'm doing that I'm being paid handsomely for. I was paid $19 million to write respect, integrity, and excellence on the side of the police cars. I'm the one that wrote that. I got $19 million, and I've been blowing it on Brazilian hookers. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to mow the lawn here. That's what I think. That's what we should do. There's something nefarious about the Uber logo. It looks like a vice grip. I know it's the letter U, but there's something just kind of like someone strangling someone with that logo. Lyft looks nicer. It's a nice mustache. Hi, I'm here to pick you up. But Uber is like, where do you want to go? Get in the car. I won't talk to you. You won't talk to me. Anything happens that's out of line, one of us is coming out here with a broken neck. Uber. There's a truck that says, Gentleman's Moving Company. A moving company you can trust. Based on what? The name? Because we're gentlemen, you can trust us because we're gentlemen. I think trust is something that has to be earned after experience. And who has the right to call you a gentleman? It sounds like you're calling yourself that. I think the worst thing you can say is, you can trust me. From moving forward, I'm never saying that sentence again. You should not trust me. I don't trust myself. It's right up there with respect, integrity, and excellence. Do you need all three of those words? Let's test this. Can you have respect and integrity but no excellence? Well, he's a very nice police officer. And he's never done anything wrong. But he's just awful at the job. Awful. Every third day he forgets his gun. He'd never shoot somebody innocent, but how can he? He doesn't have it. Can you have respect and excellence without integrity? He's very nice to people. He's great at the job. But he's an absolute liar. Breaking the law all over the place. How does he have integrity? Well, there are laws that aren't that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That one's not tracking. Can you have integrity and excellence but no respect? That one I think you can get away with. Excellent cop, has a lot of integrity, spits all over the place. Calls people horrible names, awful. But when push comes to shove, he's a good cop. So that one might work. But I see why they have all three. Just in case. Do they need any more? I mean, the only other word I would add, ironically, would be, cost effective. But in order to do that, you wouldn't spend the money to even write it on the car. We're getting a lot accomplished today, I should think. Yeah, the other thing I'm never into. I mean, I don't own a house, so I can't do it. But the decorations. Like at the place I work at, whenever there's a holiday, there's decorations. But that makes sense because we're trying to sell people to come and spend the holiday here. So there's at least a purpose to it. But I mean, families that throw up these these very elaborate Halloween or Christmas decorations. All that time and energy. I know it's probably for the sake of the children, isn't it? That's probably why. Do the children care? Would they notice if we didn't do it? All it would take, because it's just so much work, all it would take is if we all just collectively stopped doing it. And then the next generation of children wouldn't know the difference because they never saw it. Do you know how much time and energy we'd be saving? See, it goes back to the Clinton book. It takes a village to not have to put up all that crap during Halloween and Christmas. Can we get everyone on the village to sign off on that? If they can sign off on the friggin' scooters, you think they can sign up on this, or sign off on this. There we go. Using my words. Well, in spite of the fact that I feel terrible, I think we got a lot of complaining done. Thank you, everyone.